Hi, I'm Luisa.
And Michael.
And we're two vegans in Mexico. Today we're coming to you from Guanajuato City in the state of Guanajuato in Mexico. And we've been here 2 weeks, going on 3. So we have lots to tell you all about what we did, where we ate, and where we stayed. First stop here in Guanajuato City was in the little area called Pastita. It had, it was not in the main center of town, which was great. It was a very quiet area.
Very quiet.
And we'll talk about the Airbnb in a little bit, but the Airbnb we chose was about a 5-minute walk to the Spanish school that I attended.
Great location.
La Hacienda. And it was a wonderful opportunity to take Spanish classes in person with other people from around the country and around the world. So I have a picture here of that group. It was really nice to meet them. I enjoyed that. And then we went to the Diego Rivera Museum, which was his house. What did you think of that?
I thought it showed how he grew up in a very affluent manner, and it probably influenced all his artistic styles, which I didn't know about. All I heard about were these magnificent murals, but I learned a lot more about him, and can't wait to see some of the more murals in Mexico City.
After we went to the Diego Rivera house, we decided we needed to go to the top of the mountain, and we took the funicular ride up.
What is that thing?
And it was very cool because at the top you get to see the Pipila statue, which we'll tell you about at a later date. But that view from up there?
View is magnificent.
Amazing.
It's panoramic of the whole city. It's just in a bowl, and beautiful colors here in the city.
Yes, and
magnificent.
You know, Guanajuato we've been told that it's the prettiest city in all of Mexico. Well,
maybe.
The downtown center part is. Where we were staying in Pastita, it wasn't quite as clean. And now we can hear the dogs barking.
Yeah, part of Mexico.
Part of Mexico, but most of the downtown center area is beautiful.
The historic area is magnificent.
And then the city is built in a valley, so up the hills you see all of the magnificent colors of the houses. We had a great time exploring the city, and we didn't realize how close it was to the downtown center part from where we were in Pastita.
Everything's in walking distance from our Airbnb.
Yeah, and you could also take a taxi anywhere you wanted, but what's interesting is the city has 2 ways of getting around. You could go through the tunnels, which I believe were mining tunnels, and then they also help the runoff from the water. But they just are intertwined.
All over.
I felt like we were in a Disneyland ride in those.
Very much so, and they're just unique.
They just go all over. So you could take a taxi ride for about 50 pesos anywhere in the area, which was amazing. Or you could walk on the top, which is where there were no cars. So they had a nice pedestrian area all through downtown. One of the major activities that happened to us this trip, took about 3 or 4 days out of our week, was we got a stomach bug.
And normally we just treat that over the counter, Pepto-Bismol, Imodium. But this time it just wouldn't go away. So we took advantage of seeing one of the specialists here in Mexico. We actually got in to see a gastroenterologist, which was fantastic. Same day, no appointment, walk in, and he's very, very competent. Had seen a lot of what we were suffering from, prescribed great medications, and we are 98, 99% better today.
I'm all better. It took him a couple more days because he started later than I did. But how much was our visit there?
For both of us, I think the total was like $36. Can you believe that?
No, $36 each.
Okay.
I know. For an appointment to see a gastroenterologist. What a deal. So where do we recommend that you stay if you come here to Guanajuato? Well, you can find Airbnbs downtown in the center of town, which we didn't stay in. We stayed in Pastita, which I would recommend because it's quieter and not as many tourists about. But you can walk into town in about 10 or 15 minutes. What do you think?
Yeah, and we like the Airbnbs because we can cook many of our meals there.
Right, instead of a hotel.
Yeah.
But we stayed in one that was a little quirky, and we didn't really get a lot of pictures. So you have to really read the Airbnb reviews.
Not just look at the stock photos.
Yeah, because the pictures were prettier than the actual Airbnb. But it was good. 5-minute walk to the classes I was taking, so that was good. Now we're in a second one. This one's absolutely beautiful. Same price, and it's only a studio. But when you see it, now put in some pictures here. It's gorgeous.
Really different.
But it's right near where we were. So we really like this area. And now for our favorite part of the video, we get to tell you about the vegan places we found, or the vegan option places. The first one we went to was a very famous restaurant here in Guanajuato, and it's called Santo Cafe.
Yeah, it's the bridge restaurant that's in all the vids, and I enjoyed my vegan baguette. It had mushrooms and lots of veggies on it, and I thought they did okay.
Yeah, so what you have to do is you have to say, oh, please, no cheese and no cheese. So that's all that was offered on that one. I had a baguette also, and I don't know, they might have
salad,
had a little greasy. Mine was a little greasy. It did have a side salad that was good. And then the next day we didn't feel so good. So we don't know if it was that or the mangoes that I bought at the open market. Who knows? But it was really tasty, and they have other options besides vegan. So that one is an okay place. Another place that we went to that was not all vegan, it had vegan options, is called Escarola, and we went with friends, and so we wanted to make sure they had something to eat. What did you have, Michael?
I had another baguette, and again, it was full of veggies, but their guacamole was wonderful.
Yes.
And I can also tell you that this restaurant had 3 levels that were really beautiful in the historic area. So I'd visit it again.
Yeah, it had a really nice ambiance in there. And I had tacos, which were all vegetables, and then I put some of the guacamole on the inside because it needed a little something. But of course you always get the salsa, and that helps spice things up. So Escarola was another one of our restaurants we would go to again. We finally made it to another not all vegan place, but one that had vegan options. And this one was called La Maria Cocina del Dia. And this was a place where you don't get to choose too much of what you eat, but they had vegan options. And Michael, tell them about our first try at that restaurant.
Well, we actually went in a 180-degree walk up a mountain and found out that it didn't exist there. And the mapping systems put out by Apple and Google are really poor in these densely packed cities, so really recommend you call ahead and get a good exact address.
And I don't know how Google Maps could go into these little callejones, these alleyways, to get these addresses correct, because we got lost and we went up, and people were laughing at us, saying, where are those gringos going?
Gringos going out there.
We never found it the first day,
up here.
But the second day we found it. So what was really cool about this place is it was 100 pesos each for the whole meal, and you get, the first course was noodles, kind of dry noodles, and the second course had your black beans, white rice, and vegetables in a tahini sauce, so you can mix that all up with some salsa too.
I thought that was pretty good.
That was tasty. And then the third course was banana bread. All vegan. This was awesome. So you had a whole vegan menu that you could choose from. And they also have takeout. You could take out food in jars if you wanted to take it home for later. So we really recommend that place.
That was a good place.
But you have to know where you're going. It's actually in the center of town, not where we were off in some corner of the world. So La Maria Cocina del Dia, 100 pesos each. Perfect. So we've saved the best for last because they're all vegan all the time. You don't have to worry about it. You just go there. And we have gone to this place 3 times.
3 times.
And the other place twice. The first one is what Michael likes to call the Middle Eastern restaurant.
That's because it is.
It's called Habiti Falafel. And it's wonderful. Tabbouleh, hummus, falafel.
Their desserts are all vegan, and it's unusual to see it was actually only like 200 feet from where we're staying, and just all vegan, and they did a good job with the Middle Eastern cuisine.
Yes, that was a good one. It's called Habiti Falafel. But our all-time favorite place, I think, is called Tazón de Barro. And if you're on Happy Cow, this one has lots of great reviews. And everybody in town says, yes, if you're vegan, you have to go to this place. It's a little hole in the wall.
Maybe 8 seats in there.
Maybe. Yeah.
They grow their own herbs and spices.
In hydroponics. And she makes a different menu every day.
Every single day.
And again, it's a lot like the other place where you have a set menu, you don't get to choose. We had yesterday, what did we have?
Yesterday we had enchilada.
No, it was enmolada. Which
Enmoladas, yeah, because
mole
we're
is-
mole base, like with a enchilada kind of wrap,
tortillas with potatoes inside,
and a lentil soup.
which was really, really good.
Yeah,
And so filling, very big
Good portions.
Yes, and that one each is 175 pesos each. That's a little bit more than the other place.
yeah,
but
and
really good.
the owner chef is the only person there serving you.
She's cooking,
Cooking
she's
and
serving,
serving.
and it's a wonderful place.
It's a wonderful place. Check it out.
Tazón de Barro. So thanks for joining us again on our adventures through Mexico. We really appreciate you, and we appreciate you leaving a message or a comment down below.
Yeah.
And we're going to be heading back to Portland for a couple of weeks because my parents are not doing well. So we may not be two vegans in Mexico, but we will be two vegans in the U.S.
U.S.
So we have to go take care of some family business and make sure that we're there to support our family, which is why we do this nomad life, so we can pick up and go if we need to. So don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. And thanks again for being here.
Ciao.
Hasta luego.